Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. I'm just going to do my usual hover for a minute to make sure that everything is... Oops, I don't need those. Everything is working according to plan. I think it is. Yes, that looks good. Wonderful. Hello, and welcome to Once Upon a Die. Today, I am actually doing a restream because I streamed... Roll Camera, the filmmaking board game, yesterday morning, and I was having so many technical difficulties before the stream began that I really didn't feel I did the game justice. This is the game, by the way. I really didn't feel like I did it justice, and I wanted to redo it. There's a lot of visual appeal that was lost because of the lighting that I had, so hopefully we're going to have some more luck today. So this is Roll Camera. This is a filmmaking board game by Malachi Ray Rempen. You can see in the top left-hand corner of my stream, which is up that... Oh, you can't even see my fingers. Which is up this way. That way. The Kickstarter link. I will be posting that periodically on the Twitch chat so that everybody can have a look. And there it is for anybody who is in my chat right now. This is a game that is currently on Kickstarter, as that link would imply, and therefore today I am going to be playing a pre-production copy of the game, so the component quality and the rule sets and all that kind of stuff, all up for potential adjustment. In fact, will be, because obviously the component quality will be higher than this is. But it is a game I've played a couple of times now, and I've had such a blast with it. I really, really enjoy it, and I want to share it with you and see what you guys think. This is a dice-based worker placement game. This is worker placement, obviously something I've played a little bit recently. I'm getting a real kick out of worker placement games. They also just play really well solo. There's very few worker placement games, I can't even think of one off the top of my head right now, that has a solitaire option and doesn't play well. There are one or two that just don't play solo because of the way that they work, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm really, really getting a kick out of these. So, we are going to kick off with this. Just before I do, though, I've obviously already mentioned the Kickstarter and that this is pre-production. I also just wanted to shout out a couple of channels as well. The channel, the two channels that I work with a lot, Into the Meepleverse, I just posted the link in chat for anyone who's here, is a fantastic board game channel run by my friend Billy. He and Maggie run the podcast Into the Meepleverse, and Billy is now running the Twitch stream, kind of like I've done. We started with podcasts, and we shifted over to Twitch because, podcasts are harder. It's harder to get people together right now for obvious reasons. In addition, I just got an amazing raid come in from... Moyle's Meticulous Minis, who I was literally just about to shout out as that happened. Thank you guys for coming to join. Moyle's Meticulous Minis is an amazing channel. Scott is a fantastic miniature painter, and he paints minis and has very, very engaging conversation with his chat, both about whatever they want to talk about, and also about what he's actually doing. So it's educational, as well as being, fun to watch. So yes, and as Kingfisher Games says, a really great human too. Agreed. Greetings and salutations to you too, Dovin's Twitch. And thank you to everybody who's coming over to watch. Hello, Billy. Hello, everybody. Billy, I just shouted you out right before you guys came in. Billy, this is Into the Meepleverse. This is Billy. So check them out as well. They are both excellent channels, and we share a Discord. This is the link to our Discord. Please, if you're not following it already, come along and join it, and join in the chats that we have there. You can pick which of our channels, if not all of them, that you would like to hear about when we go live and things like that, and just join in all the conversations that are going on. I will post the Discord link. Did I fix it in Nightbot? I didn't. Billy or Scott, can you do me a favour and replace the Discord link that I just gave with the real one? I have replaced it on my screen, so anyone who's watching this on YouTube after the fact, the link you guys are looking at is correct, JRB6RT5. The one I just posted in Twitch is not, so hopefully one of the guys will fix that. So, here is Roll Camera, and compared to yesterday, one of the things that makes me so happy is we can see the board properly, because the amount of detail that's in the background of this board is so cool. We have guys running with film reels over here, we've got people painting stuff and building set and all that kind of stuff. This board is stunning, especially for a pre-production board. So for the benefit of anybody who just joined, and that's a lot of people, so I want to just mention this again. This is a Kickstarter. The link is in the top left-hand corner of my screen, and I am also sharing it right now. Oh, thank you, Kingfisher, for sharing the correct... oh, it's changed again! I didn't get the memo that it had changed again. My apologies. If that is the correct link, then I also need to change that on my socials, so I will do that. Give me 2 seconds. We've been having some difficulties making the permanent Discord link actually stick. Oh no, Kingfisher says that's a one-day link. Okay, never mind. In which case, I think my link is still correct. We've been having some difficulties making the permanent link stick. We think we've got it now. So yes, this is a Kickstarter. I've just posted the link to it, and so this is a pre-production preview of the game, and it's awesome. So I'm really hoping that you guys will enjoy this, and I will jump into the explanations. So, this is a filmmaking board game. What are we doing? We're making a film. The way that we do this, it's as I mentioned before you guys came in, it's a dice-based worker placement game. And the idea is you have to try and shoot the 5 scenes of your film within budget and to time. So we, straight off the bat, we have this guy, which is our production schedule and our production budget. And we're going to, obviously, because this is pre-production, we're just going to have these little clips that we'll tuck on here. And this will indicate where our budget and our time are at. And they will tick down or up according to what we are doing. This is also your turn order, which is great. It's both useful and informative. I love that. You'll hear me say a lot during this that I really enjoy what they've done with the design of this game. I think it's incredibly smart. Kingfisher says it's like single-player Pandemic, but with movies. You've played this, right? Because yes, it really is. So I'm just going to get stuff set up. I just wanted to sort of do the setup on camera, just so that you guys can see what I'm doing. These are our set pieces. There are 8, and we're going to split them into 2 stacks of 4 and place them face up on their section. Most of what comes out in this game is face up. Which is slightly unusual, or a lot of things that do. So you can kind of see what's coming your way, which I actually kind of enjoy. It gives you a bit of facility to plan ahead, which is kind of necessary in this game. Kingfisher says, no, I just have a degree in game design. That's awesome! Where did you do that? Not that I'm going to go and take a degree right now, but I just really enjoy hearing about that kind of stuff. That's really, really cool. I know these things exist. I kind of got into the hobby a little late to go that route. I'm designing a game, actually, but it's not something that I'm doing with any kind of qualification other than having played and taught a lot. So, we have 2 small decks here. These are the small size cards. These are the scripts. I'm going to move that just because I had that one last game. We're going to shuffle these guys up. There's 10 in this half of the script. I'm going to take the top 5 and put them face up. Oops. Put them face up down here. And get rid of the rest. And then I'm going to shuffle the top half of the script. And those of you who are looking at where I just put it have probably guessed this is going to form a full page, which I really like too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here is the script I am going to be working on for this film. It is called Shockingly Outrageous Gin and Tonic. I thoroughly approve of that as a title. The symbology in this game is very simple and will make sense once you've kind of got the hang of it. There are 5 different types of scene, and what my script is telling me is that because it is shockingly outrageous, every drama scene I have, which is the little green sort of face, increases the quality of the film by 1 at the end. And because it's gin and tonic, every drama next to sadness in either order also increases the quality of my film by 1. The theming that is in this is absolutely hilarious. I love it. Kingfisher says, DeSale University in the States. They do computer science with a focus in gaming development. That is awesome. I wish I'd done that at some point in time instead of trying to follow a music production degree, which, while it gave me a bunch of information that I'm now using to run a podcast and have converted to this, didn't really go anywhere. Anyway, hello Chris. Drama and sadness, the dream, the life. Sure. So that's what this script is. We also have a bunch of decks over here that I just had ready off camera. This is our storyboard deck. I'm going to shuffle it this way up so I can do the big reveal. Ah! Don't spoil my reveal. This is all of the scenes we're going to shoot, or potentially shoot, and we're going to shuffle those, and we're going to place them face up right here, and then pull 1 down to the bottom, 1 down to the middle, and leave 1 at the top. Now, annoyingly, I don't have any drama or any sadness right now, so I need to do something about that. But this is what a storyboard looks like. This is a comedy scene, which you can tell by the purple laughing smiley face. You can see a storyboard of what the scene is going to look like, and it says down the bottom MCU. I'm not 100% certain what that means. I mean, obviously it means Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in a film tech sense, I'm not quite sure what that stands for. FS focus pull. So it's going to be pulling focus from, I think, one character to the other, 24mm film, and we're going to use available lighting, so we're not going to have any lights on set. That, I think, is all legitimate terminology, and I think pretty much everything in this game is legitimate terminology. Oh, Billy says medium close-up, probably. That makes complete sense. What you will also see is a pattern, and it has two actor symbols, which are the theatre masks. It has a camera bottom right, and it has a sound top left, which would be the boom guy. If you look at what this scene is attempting to do, those placements are all accurate for what you are attempting to film. And when you have eventually filmed it, you flip it over, and there is your scene, in this case lit with available lighting, so it's kind of lit however, but if there was lighting, it would be coming from the correct angle. The two actors in the right place, and the camera angle being what it should be, and they're both facing where the sound guy would be. The detail that has gone into this game is fantastic. I do not have a film education of any particular type, other than I deliberately go and watch channels on YouTube that break down how film is made. There's a channel in particular called Cinefix, which I love because they do top lists, but they break down why things are on the list technically, rather than just talking about, hey, this is great. And I feel like I've kind of got a film school education through the channel. It's fantastic. Recommended if you guys are into film. But that's not what I'm promoting today. I'm promoting this guy. So we have that deck. We also have our problem deck. This is the... Kingfisher was saying it's like Pandemic, but making films. This is the rubbish deck that throws things out to get royally in your way. One thing I really like about this, and it's an interesting choice, I don't think I've seen this done before, you can tell from the symbol on the back of the problem card which area of your film set, budget, production, whatever, this problem card is going to deal with. So this one will in some way, shape or form impact our set, because that's what that symbol refers to. You can see down here, set pieces, same symbol. I really like that, because you can sort of have an idea of what's coming your way, and therefore make decisions about if you want to bring extra problems out or not. Very, very smart. Yes, Kingfisher says you get a turn to prepare, which, believe me, at points you genuinely need. And then finally, we have the idea deck. This is your hand of good cards that you can play in order to affect the game in some way, shape or form. And we're going to shuffle that up, and we're going to place that at the bottom, if I got enough room, more or less. Then we have, just to show you the components, we have 3 blocking markers. You can only have 3 problems active at a time, and it's possible that all 3 of them will block something on the board. You're having a really bad day if that's the case. They will come into play when necessary. We have the 6 characters: the editor, the star, the production designer, the cinematographer, the producer, and the director. They each have 3 actions on them that are, 2 of them are always going to be unique to that character, and they all have the refresh action. This is your player board. Obviously, in a one-player game, we're just playing one of these. But it's what you can do that is unique to you. And I'll talk about what those actions are in a bit. The other thing that's really cool is they have a player privilege that is purely aesthetic and kind of adds a party element to the game. So the director can loudly shout action whenever a scene is shot during the movie. I'm just going to go through these because I think they're wonderful. The editor can make other players speak faster, slower, backwards, or in foreign accents as they wish. The star can request applause from other players at any time. The production designer may make other players wear any piece of clothing or hold any object that they wish. The cinematographer can adjust the lighting in the room however they wish. And the producer can require other players to refer to them as sir or ma'am as they wish. Brilliant. Does not affect the game in the slightest, and if your group is a little bit more reserved and doesn't want to engage with that kind of stuff, they don't have to. But it's just such a wonderful concept to throw that into the game and just add an element to make it sillier and more immersive for those who want to kind of get that play out there. I'm going to shuffle these up. They're a nice good size, so it's actually surprisingly easy to shuffle. They're just the right size for my hand grip. And we are going to be the production designer. Okay. The that is going to go... If I put that here, can you see all of it? Yes, you can. Though the technical difficulties I had yesterday that caused me to reshoot this are also surrounded about the fact that I don't fully have my usual setup at hand. I don't have the ring light I normally use both to suspend my camera and to light the board. And that's why I was having so much difficulty yesterday, but it also means that my setup is still a little wonky until I fix that problem. Alongside the fact that my internet went down and I couldn't get online when I was supposed to, so yay. Kingfisher says, Once Upon a Time, are you familiar with the unsets from MTG? Unglued and Unhinged? Yes, I most definitely am. Denim Walk. That would be the Hurloon Wrangler, if I remember correctly. That is exactly what this is. You are correct. Those are the kind of powers that that these are. They're very, very much powers that impact the game based on what the player is actually doing. Kingfisher says there's a third unset. Oh, I did not know that. Scott says, can we make you dress up? Can you make us dress up? I need to know what we're doing with this player power. You may make other players wear any piece of clothing or hold any object that you wish. I mean, I don't really have much in the way of objects to hand, and I'm not really... I don't have clothing I can change into. Is my hat down here? Okay, how about that? Yeah, hold that thought. You know what? I'm going to engage with this. 2 seconds. Okay, so we are going to play this game. The game is going to be hat-oriented because it's the only thing I really have to hand right now that I think I can get away with actually doing. I don't have props really that would be convenient to hold without completely destroying the integrity of this stream, but we're going to engage with this. So, the rules for this game are going to be hats. I have 3 hats, and we need to come up with a system by which you guys get to decide when I change hats. We have the beautiful floral-brimmed ladies' hat that is option number 1. We have a cowboy hat, which is going to be option number 2. And this one's going to be really difficult for me to pull off. We have Plushy Cthulhu, who is going to be hat number 3. He can sit in the box for now. The question... Oh, sorry, bang the table there. The question is going to be, what hat do... Ancient ED says, how about you change hats every turn? Kingfisher says you could run the polls through Twitch and we can vote 1, 2, or 3. He's never taking off hat number 3. True. Also, I love the fact that Jen literally said, where's your Cthulhu plushie? I was already holding him when we had this discussion. That's kind of hilarious. Let me think. How can we decide when I change hats? Let me think. I change hats if... There's got to be something... I feel like this is the problem, because I don't have a subscribe button yet. I'd love to say I would... every time somebody subscribes, they get me to change hats. But this stream should be the one that gives me the subscribe button, I think. I have now caught up with the number of streams I had to do. When you hit affiliate, we can vote with bits, maximum chaos. Yeah, I'd love that. I don't know if... Has it triggered? Do I have a subscribe button? I don't know how that works. I needed to catch up with the number of streams because I was away at the cottage. So this very stream should be the one that gives me affiliate, I think. Unless I've been too long and lost something down the line. It will trigger after the stream. Drat. Okay. In that case, we can't do that. So in that case... Okay, if somebody can somebody run polls? Here's where I show my complete Twitch inability. I don't know how to run a poll. If somebody can tell me how to do that, I will run a poll, and every 10 minutes I will change hats. Hat number 4 is just this, me without a hat on. But let's run with that. I think that's utterly hilarious. This is why I love having you guys on stream. You make my streams so much better. Okay, in the meantime, while someone's posting how I do polls, I will... Oh, Kingfisher says, what are you using as your stream? It's not Streamlabs, it's OBS. Not the stream, like the original OBS. So I'm not actually... If I do... Let's just see if this works anyway. If I type /poll. Unrecognized command. I cannot use that, unfortunately. Can you end it and restart with your affiliate status? I probably could do, but it would interrupt a lot of what I've done already, and I upload these videos onto YouTube after the fact, so I would prefer not to do that, to be honest. And I think it would kick all... Well, no, it probably wouldn't kick you guys out, but I just prefer to keep the consistency for YouTube viewers. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube after the fact, my apologies for the timing of the having a bit of a delay here. I'll carry on explaining the game while we try and work something out. Twitch website, under the dashboard manager, it should give you the ability to start a poll on the right. Is that the... I'm trying to think. Under the dashboard manager on the right. I'm not seeing that right now. Under the dashboard manager. Am I missing something evident? I think maybe I'm going to pass on this. Let's just say every 10 minutes I will check in quickly and we'll work out what hat I'm going to change to. So let's just flood chat for the next 30 seconds with 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1 is the flowery hat, 2 is the cowboy hat, 3 is Cthulhu, 4 is me as I am right now. I will check in 30 seconds. All the blue spaces on the board are where you can place your dice. So if I have a selection of dice, I can place a die here, or I can place a die here. Here, I would have to place 2 identical dice. You've got the little equal symbol. I'm sure those of you who are familiar with games are already ahead of me on that front. 2 of any dice here, 2 matching dice here, 3 matching dice here. So if you have 3 problems out, the original one that came out beforehand is really, really difficult to actually deal with. That's a bad thing. It's going to happen, but it's a bad thing. The dice are all the same, and we have on them cameraman, actor, sound guy, production designer, lighting, and visual effects. The visual effects are also a wild card for any purpose. You'll see that marked down here on the board, visual effects equals question mark. Okay, everybody wants me to play the game with Cthulhu on my head. Alright. You guys are monsters. This is going to be really hard. Oh, sorry. Some of my very clutched together MacGyvered set is falling down. Alright, let's see how we can... I'm going to have to be... This is probably not going to last, but if he falls off, nothing goes on my head for the next 10 minutes unless this is getting... Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright, so, we have the 6 faces of our die, and the way that the turn is going... Oh, last things I didn't mention. Down here, sorry, we have 2 spaces for playing ideas. You can place ideas in such that you can take them later. They become to-dos. And you can place them either by... either by playing 2 dice... Or, on the left-hand side, you can spend $1 of your budget, and on the right-hand side, you can decrease the quality of your film. You can also place dice onto the set, and the set is going to be any blue space, and you're going to want to create the arrangements over here. The production meeting lets you play idea cards, and I'll talk about that when I do it. The intern lets you change any other die to any face of your choice, but you draw an additional problem as a result. Building set lets you either add set pieces or add a set piece, one of the two, for $1, or move any set that you currently have out here for free. And then these 3 spaces up here are for resolving the problems that have come up during the round. You will always draw a problem at the beginning of the round. So there's always going to be a problem in play, at least when you start your hand. There may be more than one. As you can tell from the arrows, the problems move from left to right, and they get harder to fill in as they move along. They only move when they are pushed by a new problem. So if I have a problem here, and a new one comes out, it will get pushed to here, and the next problem goes in this space. If I then solve this problem, and the next one comes out, it doesn't push this one, because it goes into an empty space. So you can keep the third problem from being an issue if you keep solving the one that's in space 1, but then obviously the one that's in space 2 is also causing you grief. In addition, the production designer has... I'm tilting slower and slower to my right. This is really challenging, actually. The production designer has the refresh option, which everybody has. Your hand of idea cards is 3 cards. Refresh lets you discard one of them and draw another one to replace it. In addition, I can send a designer to do the last looks, which is a simple up of 2 quality. and I can send any die to do set design, which lets me basically do the set design option, but it lets me do it with a single die, and in addition, I can both add and move set in one action, whereas here, it's an or. This is an and or, so you can do whichever one you want, or you can do both. Here, you have to pick which one you want to do. I think, if I can balance Cthulhu again, I think that is pretty much everything that's sort of been described. The last thing is the turn order, which is written here. The first thing we're going to do is draw a problem, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. This is really hard to keep him on my head, but I'm entertained by the challenge. Problem, the lights are melting the set. We've got to shoot now before they're gone. So the upshot of this problem is, if I do not shoot a set each turn, I discard a set piece of my choice per turn. Obviously not an issue if I don't have set out, so right now it wouldn't cause a problem, but given that set costs budget, that's a bad thing to have happen. Also, don't build sets out of chocolate. So that problem goes up here. When we resolve it, we flip it round and tuck it under here, and when we have resolved 5 problems, we put them on the bottom of the deck and get either $2 or a budget back. Hopefully that all makes sense. If anyone has any questions, post them now or forever hold your peace. Jen says, I've actually been at a write-in. Oh yeah! I did actually have him on my head for a while at the write-in. That was much easier because my hands were just staying and I could just move my fingers. This is really difficult because I have to keep looking around. Sorry, for those watching later, I write as well, and I went to a write-in for the NaNoWriMo that happens every November, and I think it was the day I got this guy. Yeah, Jen, you're right. I literally sat with him on my head for a while I was writing. But it's much easier when nothing else is moving. Okay, so we have our problem. The next thing that we do is roll our dice, and this is where Cthulhu is probably going to fall off my head. Oh no, maybe not. So, here are our 6 dice. We have a sound guy, 2 lighting guys, a designer, and 2 actors. And we have to decide what we're going to try and work towards, because we have to shoot these 5 scenes. If the budget runs out, or if we run out of time, the game ends immediately, and it also ends immediately when the 5th scene has been shot and you score it up. Now, I haven't talked about win condition yet. The win condition, I'm just going to shrink myself slightly, is this bar down here. This is the quality of your film. We start right here, and as you increase the quality, it becomes, I can't read that now because it's too small, boring and forgettable. Then it becomes pretty mediocre, and then it has so much potential. And then when you get out of this sort of reddy pinky area into the white, and the film is now not bad, you win. Or you can win. Then it goes up to worth seeing, surprise hit, critical darling, and cinematic masterpiece. You don't have to hit cinematic masterpiece to win, you just have to be in the white section. Similarly, if you go down, the film becomes unwatchable nonsense. Until it comes into a white section. Because it's so bad, it's great. And you can win this game by creating the worst film ever. Because it is so bad, it is great. Which is a very, very enjoyable concept. I think it is absolutely fantastic. Ancient Edie says, I like your dice tray. Very nice. Thank you. Billy actually brought it back from me from Gen Con last year. I saw it on, I think it was Mandy Hutchinson's, or it was somebody's Instagram. Somebody had bought one and I sent Billy off looking for it, and he was a lovely, lovely human and agreed to go and look for one for me and brought this back, and I love it to pieces. It's fantastic. And yes, I agree, those rules are brilliant. I think it is so, so smart. Anyway, we have our 6 dice, which may have just turned. No, they didn't. Lovely. So this is what we have. What do I want to do with them? Well, I don't really want violent films, and I don't really want comedy films either. They're not going to hurt me, but they're not going to improve the quality of my script, because that's not what I'm looking for. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to send the 2 actors... No, I'm not going to do that. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I have the ability to do this cheaper because I'm the production designer. I'm just going to bring him down there. It's really hard to see out of the corner of my eye without making Cthulhu fall off my head. I'm going to send the sound guy to set design. I'm going to spend $1 of my budget, so I move this down a tick. And I'm going to bring out a set piece. Now, every single scene you shoot, astonishingly, needs a camera. That's how cinema works. So I'm going to take this guy. This has to be the cameraman. Now, this is a little bit restricting, in the sense that only a camera guy can go here, or a wild card. But it's got more blue on it than the other guy, so I think that is more my preference. In terms of what scene I'm going to shoot... So here's the deal with the scenes. If I shoot the one that's on top of the deck, it costs me $4 of the budget, or probably $4 billion of the budget, and it increases my schedule by 1 because I'm getting ahead of schedule. This one costs me $3 flat, and this one only costs me $2, but I add a problem. So it's going for the cheap option, does have its flaws. I think I'm going to place this here, and I'm going to use it to go after this guy. The fact that it has the quality star on it means it is going to give me a quality bonus. So it's going to increase my quality by 1, and I'm going to take that as opposed to the budget. Sorry, not budget, to the schedule increase right now, because we're at maximum schedule and I'm not too worried. So that set piece goes there. I'm also going to send the 2 actors to get a piece of set. And I'm going to bring this guy out, and if I'm going for this guy, I want that to be here. And now I have the correct alignment of Tetris pieces to create that scene. I could start putting people on there right now, in the sense that I do have a lighting guy, and I could send him up here, but that locks the die in place. And when I roll for the next round, sure, I've got something already, but I'm rolling 1 fewer dice. And on turn 1 of the game, is that a good idea? I mean, it means I get a lighting guy in place, so maybe I am going to do that. And then I'm going to send this guy over here, because the last thing I want to do is keep losing set pieces because of problems. Now, I discovered when I was streaming this the other day that with the setup and on stream, it's tricky to tuck these guys under, so I'm just going to put them sideways to indicate that I have resolved the problem. So we will go on with that. Kingfisher says 40 million. Oh, for $4 of the budget. Yeah, 40 million is probably a little bit more accurate than 4 billion. I'm being a little bit OTT. 4 billion would be more like the takings at the box office of a good film. Anyway, we have assigned all of our dice. We have done the thing. Oh, I didn't take. Yes, I did. I did all of my things. So now I take all of my dice back. I do not take this guy. He is locked into place on the set. I could take him back if I wanted to, but there's not much point given that that's what I decided to do with him. Oh, I don't have my 3 idea cards. That's dumb. I should have dealt myself 3 idea cards at the beginning of the game, so I'll show you what these do too. This idea is make that scene a flashback. If there are at least 2 scenes in the editing room, you may swap the place of any 2 scenes and gain 2 quality. So once you place them here in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once a scene is in the editing room, it stays in place unless you can maneuver it somehow. The editor obviously can do that, but there are cards that do so too. This idea says, make the set super atmospheric with a haze machine. This turn, bonus spaces on set pieces have double their usual effect. I don't have a bonus one, but for example, if I had this on the board and I played any die to it, it would gain me $1 of budget. And this idea says, use the crew members' bodies as organic microphones. You may reroll any number of unused dice up to 2 times each. Okay, great. So those are the ideas that I have. I wasn't going to play an idea this round anyway, but those are available to me and I can use them whenever I wish. Okay, so I've taken my dice back. The last thing that I do is I drop the schedule by 1 time. Because we have, time is passing, so we're good there. So, first thing I do now is I turn over my next problem. Yesterday's sushi burrito lunches gave some of the crew food poisoning. When this problem is drawn, place a crew die on this card. It is unavailable. And then once I have resolved it, I get it back the following turn. So I have to take one of my dice and put it over there, which is somewhat frustrating. I would have liked that die right now, especially because I already have one locked into place on the set. Has it been 10 minutes yet? Because Cthulhu's getting awkward. I'm going to say it's been 10 minutes. So for the next 30 seconds, flood the chat. If you put a 1, I will add the floral hat. 2 is the cowboy hat. 4 is nothing. I'm going to carry on playing while I wait for that to play in. Okay, so we have 2 actors, a designer, and a cameraman. I do need 2 actors for this scene. I don't have visual effects yet, so going for a full completion of that is not going to help me. What I am going to do, I want to get a scene shot. I'm going to place out the 2 actors. I'm going to send these 2 to here, and I'm going to get this die back. And I've resolved that problem. Having a lost die for any length of time is terrible, so I'm kind of glad to have that out of the way sooner than later. Alright, chat says 1 so far. Keeping an eye out for any additional shouts on that. In 10 more seconds, and then I will change hats. So I get all of my dice back. I'm going to leave those 3 in place, which may or may not be a terrible idea. The schedule goes down by 1, and I get a new problem. The new problem is, the actors practiced screaming too much and lost their voices. Oh, nuts. I cannot assign actors to any action, including placing them on the set. Actually, that's fine, because I assigned both of my actors last round. So if I get a cameraman and a VFX guy right now, I'm laughing. Probably won't. No, I got neither. Okay, this may have been risky. Interesting. Chat says 1. Okay, 1 it is. Thank goodness. Cthulhu was giving me a headache. He goes back in his box, and... Alright. The production designer has spoken. This is my hat for the next 10 minutes. Okay, so... What am I going to do with these guys? Oh, I can move my neck again. That's wonderful. This is kind of irritating, because I don't need them. I could risk doing an idea and see if I can roll up what I need. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So here's how an idea works. I'm going to send, doesn't matter who, to a production meeting. Now this is different depending on the number of players. For a solitaire game, what's going to happen is I'm going to play in the idea I think I want to play, which in this case is re-rolling unused dice. I'm going to try and re-roll these and get the cameraman and the VFX that I need. Then the game is going to put in 2 ideas of its own, and I pick which one I want to play. If there were 2 players, the game would put in 1 idea, because there are already 2. 3 players, everybody puts in an idea. 4 players, I as the person who went to the production meeting, whose turn it was at the time, would choose which 3 players, which may or may not include myself, put forward the idea for the production meeting. So here are the 3 ideas we've got. We've got my one of re-rolling dice. We have each player may immediately draw up to 5 ideas until the next production meeting. Everyone's hand size is 5, because everybody took 2 more showers than usual, and apparently that's when all the ideas happen. And work that problem into the movie's script. Resolve any one problem, and if I do, gain 1 quality. That's lovely, because I could use that on the super hard one if it comes up. So, I have to do something with each of these 3 cards. I am going to play the one I wanted to play. I am going to put the resolving a problem into the to-do pile, and so I can play that in the future, if I wish to. And the 3rd one gets discarded. This also gets discarded, obviously, but it actually happens. So I get to re-roll any number of unused dice up to twice each. So, that's VFX. I really, really, really want a camera guy right now. That's not... Oh, but that's a wild. So he counts as a camera guy, and I have completed the arrangement for the scene that I was going for. So, here it is. It is scene 72B. OTS, again, no idea. Tilt up. 50mm lens, and the stunt involved is a punch, which is what the VFX die was used for. And here it is. There is our scene, fully filmed, lit from the correct direction, and with the camera at the right angle and all that kind of stuff. So once upon a time, Green got into a fight with Grey and apparently punched an entire tooth out. Now, because this has the quality symbol, the quality of my film just went up by 1. So that's great. My film is now boring and forgettable, despite the fact it starts with somebody's tooth being punched out. I mean, that seems like a pretty good start to a film, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, that's the end of my round. So I take all of the dice back, and I... Oh, sorry, I also pay $30 million of the budget, because I have done that, and time goes down by 1. In addition, this comes down 1, and drama. This is perfect. This is what I need, because I need it both for Gin and Tonic and Shockingly Outrageous. Oh, I didn't... One thing I'm terrible at, apart from drawing my initial ideas, is remembering to draw a replacement idea when I've played one. So my replacement idea is bring on a night crew of film students to work for free. I can re-roll and reassign up to 3 used dice of my choice. That's massive. Extra actions in a worker placement game? Always good. So I've paid my budget, the time has decreased because time has passed, and my next... So this problem is now going to slide down by 1. Not quite perfect, but it'll do. And my next problem is someone spilled film developing fluid and now everyone's all loopy on fumes. I block the production meeting and no one can take one until I resolve that problem. Rats. Okay, here's my next roll. So I want to go for this scene. I do not quite have the correct set layout to do that. But I might bring it out. Billy says, "Is that really a problem? You mean having the production team high on developing fluid?" I would say yes, it probably is a problem if you're trying to stick to budget. He also said, in relation to the students, free labour, to which the Braless Wonder replies, morally questionable but extremely efficient. Accurate. Okay. So I just rolled these guys up. So what do I want to do? I want to try and work towards this. I want to solve problems before they become bigger problems. I do have 2 cameramen. But I would also like to get that set piece out because it will start improving the budget of my film. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send the sound designer to set design on my player board. And I get to add a set piece for $1 or $10 million of the budget, which I'm going to do, and move them around. So I'm going to pick up this set piece, and then I'm going to do this shift here. I'm just going to get the camera guy out the way completely. And now I have the shape... No, sorry. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And now I have the little zigzag shape that I need for the scene I'm trying to shoot. And in addition, the cameraman is going to give me an additional $10 million to my budget, which is fantastic. So we're going to go for that. Kingfisher says, having spent all day sorting old photo negatives, yes, developing fluid will do that to you. Yeah, I can believe it. I've never actually developed film before, but I can totally believe it. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. I need to solve some problems. I can't place actors right now. I feel like that's an issue when you're shooting a film. So I'm going to place 2 cameramen and clear this problem. I can't take the production meeting action, which I kind of want to do. I'm going to place 2 guys here and take care of that problem. And then this guy is going to go to the production meeting, and I'm going to bring in those night students. The game adds the following. Double the caffeine content in the craft services coffee. Also, that artwork is fabulous. This turn, scenes cost $2 less to shoot. Or, fire the crew that showed up late and hire someone else. You may change up to 3 unused dice to any faces of your choice. That's actually really helpful. I'm going to put that into my ideas. I'm going to discard the coffee, much as I think that's hilarious. And I'm going to re-roll and reassign up to 3 used dice of my choice. That will be this guy, that will be this guy, and doesn't really matter. Let's do this guy. So here's my night crew coming in. So I have VFX, sound, and lighting. I may as well start planning for my thing. I'm going to put a camera guy in, a lighting guy in here. I'm going to send VFX to last looks, which is going to improve my quality by 2 because my production designer is tweaking the design, which is fabulous. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that at all. What I'm actually going to do... Nope, I am going to do that. I'm going... What have I got? I need my extra card. I keep forgetting. In a panic, start assigning work to random people. Reroll any number of unused dice up to 5 times. That sounds like a film set from what I've heard. Mr. Sound Guy here. I could go to another production meeting. Not really helpful right now. Nor is playing either of these. This is one of those moments where this die isn't particularly helpful, unfortunately. I don't need sound for the scene that I'm shooting. And I don't want to get an intern. The production meeting... Well, you know what? I'm going to go to the production meeting. I'm going to keep the editing, because I may want to swap the scenes to get the gin and tonic combination if I don't change the script. I'm going to play reroll any number of... No, I'm not. I'm going to play double the bonus spaces, because I don't really want it right now. Also, I believe it has been more than 10 minutes. Chat, flood the thing with a poll. 1 means 2 means I change into the cowboy hat. 3, I put Cthulhu back on. 4, I take hats off. The game is going to throw in break into your crewmate's trailer. If there are no dice, you may on your player board, you can exchange it for any unused player board or with the player board of another player. I'm actually happy with the player board I've got right now. I don't think I'm going to want to do that. Or I may discard any one set from any one set piece from the set, put it on the bottom of one of the stacks, and if I do, gain $2. I'm actually going to play that. I'm going to get rid of this one that's forced me to use the camera and tuck it under there to get some budget back, because budget's really good. I'm going to... I have to replace one of these, unfortunately. I'm going to put the bonus set effect into here. I'm going to get rid of changing 3 unused dice. No, I'm not. I'm going to get rid of resolving problems for quality. And the crewmate's trailer is just going to get discarded. So yeah, when you put something in your to-dos and you already have 2 to-dos in place, you have to get rid of one of the to-dos you have in place and replace it with the one that you just pulled. Okay, everybody wants the cowboy hat. This really doesn't fit me at all. That's a little better. This was not designed for somebody with a very round head. Looks ridiculous, but that's kind of the point. On we go. That's everybody reassigned, so I will collect my dice. And the schedule goes down by another time. So this is worrying. I've already used almost half my time, and I've only shot 1 scene. I mean, this is pretty standard for this game, but still. The editor is recutting the film as an experimental avant-garde art piece. Okay, every time I shoot a scene, I shuffle and randomly redistribute the scenes in the editing room. If there are less than 2 scenes in the editing room, shuffle this back into the problem deck and draw a new one. Drat. I would have actually been okay with keeping that in the long run. That's kind of irritating. Okay. The sound person forgot to press record. Oh, put a block token on the quality track. You cannot gain quality, but you can still use it. You also lose $2 if the quality marker is on or moves onto. So bad it's great. Okay, so that's a pain in my neck. I'm going to want to fix that problem very quickly. Here is the dice roll. All right, let's see what we got. Lots of production designers, or set designers. That's kind of annoying. Okay, what do I need for this set? I need 2 actors and a cameraman. I do have a cameraman, so he's going to go there on the $1 budget, and I need a lighting guy. Okay, I am going to... this is tricky, because if I take this now, I'm not going to gain that quality bonus because of the problem. I think I'm going to resolve that problem, because increasing the quality of the film... I don't want to go for a super bad film, I'd like to go for a decent one, and that is such a major issue. So I get rid of that. I now have 5 resolved problems, so these all go on the bottom of the deck, and I get to choose whether I want to add 2 to my budget or 1 to my time. I'm adding 1 to my time. I'm then going to send... what am I going to do? I'm going to send this guy to the set design box. Am I? No, not yet. Ugh, I didn't draw another card. Every time. Every time. Oh, Billy says one thing I missed at the beginning. Is this co-op or competitive? This is co-op. You're trying to shoot the film together. So idea. This is my idea I forgot to draw last round, as per the usual. Leave some of the crew off the call sheet by accident. You put 1 unused die aside, cannot be used for the rest of this turn, and you gain $2 of, or $20 million of budget. With that borne in mind... I'm going to... Maybe I don't need the quality bonus, actually. No, I want to do that anyway, because I want the time back. Okay. I'm going to go to last looks and increase the quality of my film by 2. And then these 2 guys... I'm going to send 1 to the production meeting, and I'm going to play the $20 million of budget card. The game is going to put in Put shopping cart wheels on the sets. You may move and or rotate any number of set pieces. And remember that idea? Someone had that one time. You may look through the top 10 cards in the idea discard, choose one and play it immediately. I'm going to take that in place of the atmospheric set thing that lets me double the bonus effect, because I can actually activate that with this, and I might find a better use for it. And then I'm going to play putting one unused die aside. I can't use it, but I gain $20 million of budget. So that's the end of that turn. Get all my guys back. Time goes back down. So that was kind of a null turn in terms of time. Alright, there's a military parade band practicing next door. Each time you shoot a scene, lose 2 quality. Or you gain 2 quality if your film is so bad it's great. That's phenomenal! I love these cards. This is great. All the cards are coming out that didn't come out in my game yesterday, bar I think 1 or 2 of them so far are the problems. So let's roll up. Okay, this is looking more kind of more what I need. Oh, I didn't draw a card again. Impersonate another member of the crew. You may immediately perform any one action from any player's board without needing to place dice on it. That's kind of frustrating for me, because I can't steal somebody else's action, because it's only me, and all of my actions only cost 1 die. There are some that cost 2, and that's a fantastic card for those. Okay, so what have I got? I've got my lighting guy that I need. I've got a camera guy that I need, and I've got a wild card, and I've got an actor. So I actually have enough to shoot the dramatic scene I want, and because I seriously don't want to lose quality, I'm going to play the 2 set designers to take that problem out of play. So I shoot that scene, and I don't take any penalty. So here we are. This is CU, again, no idea. FS pull, I don't know what any of this stuff means. OTS, no clue. Door light, hard. So it's going to have a hard light behind a door. Someone's banging a door open. So lighting behind the 2 actors, cameraman facing, and there we have it. So that goes in here. So one day, once upon a time, a slightly green guy punched a tooth out of a very dark grey guy. Because of that, dark grey guy slams in on the pale blue partner of the light green character. What's going to happen next? Quality goes up by 1 because of the quality star. In addition, I shot a scene with a budget thing, so my budget goes up by 1, but it also goes down by 4 because I shot a high-end scene, and that gives me 1 time back because I'm shooting ahead of schedule. Now the wonderful news is, a sad scene has come out, and I want drama next to sadness, so that's going to serve me very nicely if I can shoot that scene next. So I get all my dice back, and time ticks down by 1 again. Now, point of note, in terms of shooting these scenes, you can rotate the arrangement any which way you want. So I could shoot this scene this way round, and obviously the arrangement isn't quite right, but I could shoot it that way round if I wanted to. What you cannot do is mirror flip. So it has to be a natural rotation of the card, it can't be a mirror flip of the card. Jen says, that sound problem is awesome. Sometimes it works in your favour. I was doing a show at the Tarragon, small theatre in Toronto, I know it well, which is across the street from a railway. Our sound guy accidentally forgot to cue the sound, but a freight train went by and filled the void. That's hilarious and astonishingly convenient. That could have gone many, many worse ways than that, so that's great. Alright, my next problem. Hundreds of extremely rare protected butterflies have taken up residence on our set. Moving any set pieces now costs $1, even if forced to do so by another problem. Yikes. Okay. Well, there we go. There's our problem for right now. Alright, let's roll those dice up. Let's see what we got. Can I find a way of shooting? What do I need? I need sound, I need actor, I need set designer, and I need a cameraman. I could... yeah, I can... My budget's not doing badly, but I'm going to get tanked if I take that at the top spot, but I kind of want to. I'm just wondering about coming over here and changing unused dice to any faces of my choice. Because I can take the quality hit, no problem. Must be 10 minutes, by the way. Poll again, chat. Fill the chat. 1, I put the floral hat back on again. 3, Cthulhu, and 4, nothing. 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to send the VFX guy down here and take a quality hit to change up to 3 unused dice to any faces of my choice. I need... I've got an actor, I've got sound, I need a cameraman, I need an artist, or a set designer, and I'm going to send this guy over here and pay the $1. I hate it, but I'm going to pay the $1, and I'm just going to take this and move it down by 1. Because that sets up this shape. Now, I am going to get the $1 back again because of this, but it's kind of frustrating that I've had to lose it. Still, that is fine. Set designer goes there, cameraman goes there, actor goes there, sound goes there, and I have created this shape. All right, so we have WS, interior bar night, wide shot. There we go, that one I know. Wide shot, interior bar night, establishing 20mm, set bar props, fake drinks. There is, I suppose, an extra there, technically in the corner of the shot, but here it is. Here is our shot. So, one thing I'm kind of talking about the characters and relating them together. It would be very, very difficult to form a cohesive plot involving specifically the characters you have drawn, I think. I'm being a little bit flippant by doing that. So, when it comes to the premiere where the story is told, I'll be a little bit more inventive. But so a light green character punched the tooth out of a dark grey character, who then bashed in the door of the light green character's partner's apartment and scared the living life out of her. Unfortunately, that proved to be something that traumatized her for a very long time, and she ended up drinking in a bar and having a generally pretty bad time of it, and it was all extremely sad. Return of our friend Cthulhu. Well, it looks like Cthulhu's coming back. Billy says I have a meeting. Bye, and viewer friends. Bye, Billy. Nice to see you. Thank you for kicking around for a bit. All right, Cthulhu's back. You're monsters, all of you. Ugh. All right. I wonder if I sit him... What if he sits on his back? Will he have an easier... Oh, that's actually slightly easier because the wings sit around my head better. Okay. So, I have shot the scene. It has gone over there. I gain $1 for shooting it on there. I then pay $4 and gain a time back because I shot it in the top space. Top space is now romantic. Not something I have super interest in for this movie, but, you know, okay, fair enough. I get my dice back. Notice now this to-do area is free again, so if I'm going to put a card into to-do, I now don't have to axe another card, I can just place it here. And that's a round. Time goes back down again, and here's a new problem. Problem is, the sound person needs complete silence so they can record room tone. Only the player whose turn it is may speak. All other players must remain completely silent, lose $1 every time this rule is broken. I feel I had this came up in my stream yesterday. I think this is a wonderful problem. I really, really, really like the concept, but I don't think it's very good for streaming a game. Because if I just sit here in silence and I'm not going through my thought processes, I feel like the thought processes are what are interesting. And I feel like keeping it and playing by the rules, where it's my turn always so I can keep talking, kind of defeats the purpose of the card. So I'm actually going to put that card on the bottom of the deck and draw another one. The producer insists on giving his niece a role in the film. One additional actor required for every scene that is shot, and they can be placed on any available blue space. That's actually genuinely quite frustrating. The last thing you need in this game is a reason to need more dice on a set. Okay, well, that's that. Roll up the dice. Okay. So we have 2 visual effects guys, 2 actors, a set designer, and a cameraman. Which scene am I going for is the question. I could actually shoot scene 99 if I chose to. I don't have the arrangement right. I might just get this going quickly. I can afford to spend... No, I can't. Interesting. And I don't have an action that's going to gain me money right now. Because if I go ahead and do that, it's going to cost me $30 million to shoot the film, or shoot the scene, $10 million to move the set to the correct arrangement, and I will get $10 million back, which will bankrupt me and then bring me one step up from bankrupt. And then if I'm forced to pay for anything, I can't, but I also don't have a means of getting money right now, other than this, until I solve more problems. But I have everything I need to shoot that scene. Let's be risky. I'm going to place this guy on set design. It's going to cost me, because of that problem, $10 million to move the set. And I'm going to put this piece here. And then I go... So I'm recreating this upside down. So it's going to be... Oh no, sorry, I need to send the set designer because of the niece problem. It's then going to be actor here, special effects here, cameraman here, sound here, additional actor because of the producer's niece here. That is the correct thing for this. So we shoot that scene, but I gain $10 million back for shooting it on this, and that shoots this. That is only $30 million. I do not get the time boost that I've been getting, but I have shot this scene. So, this is a low-angle, medium to wide shot. The stunt is a glass dive, and visual effects is a breakaway window. And there she is. Fantastic scene. Wonderful. That's going to give me a quality back. And that's a violent scene. So at this point, if I had a means of adjusting the script, I could see if there's a violent... there are cards that let you run through the script cards and change what script is active, and I could add something that gives me points for violence if I wanted to, because I have violence in my film. Jen says, but we're your monsters. Referring to my comment of monsters for making me wear Cthulhu again. And I love you all. This is true. You are my monsters, and I love you all. Okay, so this puts me in a horribly precarious position right now. I'm a little nervous of this, because I've got to solve a bunch of problems real quick, and or find a way of making money. But I am only one scene away from finishing this movie. These problems both move down a step, so now I have a problem in point 3, which I don't like. This turn's problem is... Turns out that the visual effects team was actually just smoke and mirrors. You cannot assign VFX to any action, including placing them on the set. I made this comment on yesterday's stream, but that means that the VFX team was hired by Mysterio, which is a concept I find very entertaining. Alright, let's roll them up. Good, no visual effects. That's actually a really good thing. So... oh good, I have a pair. Okay, I'm going to send a pair of actors to stop this problem. So I no longer require the extra actor on set. I'm going to send 2 people to this problem. So the visual effects team... I've now replaced Mysterio's visual effects team with a real visual effects team. Maybe the visual effects team was all constructed by Barth. They actually attached Barth to the production designer, so he's seeing a visual effects team that doesn't actually exist. And then these 2, I think it's time. I'm going to look through the top 10 idea cards in the deck, choose one, and play it immediately. And I'm looking for something that's going to give me money. Yikes. One involves unused dice, which I don't have any of. The other... Okay, I'm going to play this one. I can discard any one... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that wasn't the bottom cards. That's fine. I had 11 cards in the discard. I get to discard any one set piece from the set, put it at the bottom of one of the stacks, and if I do, I gain $20 million. So there's my $20 million. And let's take this guy and put it at the bottom of the stack. That's a kind of sucky turn, but it had to be done. Time goes down. Next problem. The construction team bolted the sets to the floor for some reason. Set pieces can no longer be moved except by other problems. That's not remotely annoying. What? Kingfisher says, I just started using olive to highlight my red leather, and it looks good. Forgive me, you've lost me slightly. Olive to highlight your red leather. In terms of painting minis? That's what you're getting at. That's a really interesting thing, because would it highlight it, but also, like, it would kind of, what's the word? Not age it. Weather it a little bit. Make it look a little bit like it had been worn on. That could be really interesting, actually. For anyone who's watching, Kingfisher Games, who is in chat right now, is another spectacular miniature painter like Scott Moyle. So do check out their channel as well. I'm just going to throw out a couple of shout-outs. Sorry I don't have one for you, Kingfisher, but just a couple for those who are still in chat. I think most of you came from Scott's channel anyway, but there is Scott Moyle's channel, who is a fabulous miniature painter, and Into the Meepleverse, who is Billy, who was here recently, who is another board game streamer. And I'm also going to throw in there one more time, for those who are watching, there is the link to the Kickstarter for this game, and I do recommend that you check it out if you're enjoying what you see. Oh, I did not bring out my new storyboard. Comedy. Okay, I don't really want comedy, but sure. So, I have my new problem. I can't move set pieces. Interesting. So here is my die roll for this turn. My visual effects team is back, so that's good. I could actually use them to have 3 cameramen. Oh, I also used that card. I need to discard that. I'm going to use the visual effects team to be a 3rd cameraman, and I'm going to get rid of this problem. Then I'm going to use any 2 random people, let's do those 2, to resolve that problem. That resolves 5 problems. And I either get $20 million or one more time on the budget. I'm actually going to take the $20 million, because then I can shoot whatever scene I want and not crash the budget. In addition, I'm going to send my set designer over here for last looks, up my quality by 2. As long as I finish this film now, without tanking my quality, I will win. One side note, I didn't mention this as I passed by. I've been down at the bottom here for a little while. You'll notice on the production and production budget, production schedule table, it says +1 problem at the start of turn down here. The reason I didn't do that was I saw recently that the designer says that is no longer the case. This pre-production copy was produced before that was taken out of the rules, and it is no longer in the rules. That is why I did not do that when that was down there. Kingfisher says, getting rid of the underscore in my name was a huge boon. Yeah, Kingfisher Games used to be Kingfisher _ Games, and I can imagine it's making it a lot easier to find you without that. I understand fully the necessity to put them in now and then. I'm really annoyed. My Twitter, I wanted to change all of my social media to just Once Upon a Die, so that my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook would all be the same, but someone on Twitter has taken Once Upon a Die as of about 2.5 years ago and isn't using it, but I can't do anything about it, which is slightly frustrating. Okay, next turn. Here's our problem. The cinematographer insists on shooting with 120mm film. Every scene now costs $10 million more to shoot. That's a problem when you're so low on money. Rolling them up. Okay, has it been 10 minutes yet? Cthulhu's getting awkward again. Okay, anyone in chat? 1, I put the flower hat back on. 2, the cowboy hat. 4, nothing. 30 seconds, off you go. So here's my die roll. Alright, what do I want to do? Do I want comedy? Do I want romance? Romance is great because it would super up the quality of my film. Sadness would be cheap, and the problem coming out wouldn't be an issue because I would be finishing the game. The comedy one costs a lot, and I have to pay more right now. I don't think that's generally a good move. But 3 actors, man, that's rough for the romantic scene. I think I might go for. Let's go for the... truly don't know. Oh, I've had lots of 2s. Cowboy hat it is. Whee! Alright, there we go. Kingfisher says, Loppy, that math minor I got keeps yelling, do factorials at me every time I see you enter a number with an exclamation point. In reference to the hat numbers. I'm just going to bring my chair back up again now that Cthulhu's not on my head. Okay. How do I do this? Okay, I'm going to go for... Can I shoot one of these scenes this round? Theoretically, I could. What have I got? I've got an actor and a cameraman. I'm always going to need those. And then I have 2... So I could shoot either of these if I can make the arrangement work. Or I could even shoot this guy. I don't think I have a means of building this set. But I could build either of the other 2. Technically. Oh no, maybe I can't build comedy right now. I think I could only build this one. Do I want to do that? Maybe I'll just get this done. Maybe that's the best thing to do right now, is just get this guy done. It's going to cost me an extra $10 million, but if I'm shooting this guy, that's fine, because I'm within budget. So, I'm going to send a cameraman to set design. For $10 million, I'm going to bring in this piece, and I can rearrange anything I want. I don't actually need to. I'm just going to do that. Then I'm going to place out... if I'm doing it that way, it's going to be sound design here, actor here, cameraman here, and I'm going to send this guy as a designer to last looks to increase my quality by 2. And that is enough to shoot this scene. It costs me $20 million, but I gain $10 million back for this. And it brings out a problem, which is... Oh, it also cost me an extra $10 million because of this card. That's fine. The problem is, at the end of each turn, shuffle both the top and bottom script decks to create a new randomized script. Well, fortunately, that isn't going to happen because I've shot this scene. So this scene is this guy. Medium close-up to full shot focus pull, I guess. 24mm using available lighting. And there it is. All right. And with that, I have shot my film. This is my film completed. I gain a quality star for that. So unfortunately, I am 1 quality star shy of having created a cinematic masterpiece. Which is a shame. But I've won because I'm in the white section. I'm a critical darling. Not with this cowboy hat, I'm not. Anyway, there we have it. Here is my film. So, firstly, I've won the game, which is fantastic. I'm in the white area, and I've shot all 5 scenes without running out of budget or schedule time. So that is great. Having done that, once you have completed all of that, you get to the end of the game. You finished shooting the scene. That's all great. You gain the bonuses from everything. You activate any problems. Oh! I missed that. I do actually activate problems for at the end of this turn. So I have to shuffle the script. So I may not be... I was going to say I was going to get Cinematic Masterpiece through these bonuses, but I may not, because I have to shuffle up the script. So here we go. I'm going to do this face down so that we'll see what we get. Remember, there's 5 different script cards in here out of a possible 10. The one thing I really don't want is something that's going to tank quality. And nothing's going to tank it enough for me to lose, but it would be nice to get a good score. Grandma. Okay, I don't have any romance, so I'm not getting any bonuses from that. Oops. So here we go. Come on. Forgive me, Grandma. No! So I've gone from being able to get Cinematic Masterpiece with script bonuses to not being able to get it at all because I get 0 bonuses. That's a real shame. But that's fine. I've still won the game. Nothing is tanked where I'm at. So that's taken care of. We have instead of what was it? Outrageously Shocking Gin and Tonic. We have actually come up with the script was changed to be Forgive Me, Grandma. So here is our production of Forgive Me, Grandma. So what's the plot? Well, the plot is Green up here was a little bit of a brat. As I'm going to take this off now, just because, if nothing else, of the amount of shade it's putting on my head. Green is a little bit of a brat of a grandchild and is really not particularly impressed with the restrictions that his grandma puts on him when he is when she's babysitting him. So he smacks her in the jaw. Which is an absolutely terrible thing to do that I do not condone in any way, but that's apparently what happens in this film, and knocks a tooth out. Once upon a time, that happened. Because of that, Grandma bursts in on her daughter's house, furious by what has happened, completely understandably, and says to her daughter, "Your child is out of control. You know, what a rotten little brat. None of this is acceptable. This is you know, how have you managed to raise somebody who has sounded like this? You need to talk to him." The daughter, the mother of the kid, is very upset by this. She'd been trying to deny that the kid was a problem and has found out that yes, actually they are. So the but here is, rather than actually dealing with the problem, she drowns her sorrows in a shockingly outrageous gin and tonic. And gets chatting to Purple, who is almost slumped underneath the bar because they're so low in their chair. And Purple says, you know, he's not getting enough attention from you. You just need to go and be more encouraging and you know, give him what he needs. So because of that, understanding exactly what it's going to take and realizing that she hasn't been the best mother ever, she leaves the pub. But rather than leaving the pub through the door, charges through the window in an extremely dramatic scene that is completely and utterly pointless, and is the one thing that the critics marked down and stopped it from being a cinematic masterpiece, because it just didn't make any sense in the plot, but it was a really cool scene. And charges home, and she and the son, until finally, I should say, she and the son come to an understanding, and their relationship improves immensely, and the film closes on a scene of them laughing uproariously at the absurdity of a film they're watching on TV about a kid who's such a brat that he punched his grandmother in the face and knocked a tooth out, and she went to speak to the mother, and we realise it's actually a parody of Groundhog Day. That's it. That is Forgive Me, Grandma. I have no idea. It's I'd been planning a story for Shockingly Outrageous Gin and Tonic, and then Grandma came into it and confused me. Well, there we go. That's something. That is Roll Camera, the filmmaking board game. I really, really like this game, in case you hadn't got that. The artwork in this is so good. The gameplay is really smart. The blend of gameplay mechanism with theme is some of the best I have ever seen. The whole set thing is amazing, and then the fact that it correlates with the way that the cards look. Somebody who knows film worked on this, obviously. And then in addition to that, you know, the way the problems actually, what the problem actually is, how that impacts the game, what the idea is, how that impacts the game. It's just incredible. And this artwork, I mean, A great one to show. But the artwork in this game is stunning. And you really can, like, that was a silly story because, you know, last 3 seconds of the game I have to change the script. It didn't really come out terribly well. But the options that you have in this game of how things can turn out, like, there's so many cool scenes that you could turn into a cool story. I really like how this works. So yeah, just wanted to kind of share some of that with you. It's brilliant. This game is on Kickstarter right now. Again, for those who are in chat, here is the link to the Kickstarter. It's running. Oh, I kept this open so I could confirm this for myself. The game is running until Monday, August 10th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. So for those of us who are working on Toronto time, 4:30 p.m. Not tomorrow, but the following Monday, August the 10th. And the Kickstarter levels, I just put these... Anytime I do a Kickstarter preview, I'm just going to tell you guys what the options are for the pledge rewards. Obviously, you can pledge without rewarding, and I believe that will still get you access to the pledge manager down the line. For $5 US, you can be the background actor, and that gets you access to the print and play and the pledge manager. For $10 US, if you are a retailer, you can get the cinema owner pledge level, and that's the retailer pledge that obviously then gets dealt with after the fact. And for $49 US, you are a crew member, and that gets you the hard copy of the game. Shipping is additional after the Kickstarter campaign. There were additional pledge levels that were limited, and you could get a scene that included you in it that came with your copy and things like that. Those are done, so it's just those pledge levels now. The game has already funded by 600%, which is fantastic, and yeah, go and check it out if you like it. Malachi was very kind in sending me this to have a go at, and kind enough to let me keep it for the extra day to have another run at it, and you know, make sure I could do it where I could really show it off properly. I'm sorry about the leg here, just part of the difficulties of my tech. I'm hoping before terribly long to be able to get a new setup that allows me to have a proper camera mounted such that I don't have to have something, because even when I have my proper ring light, it has the legs in the way, and I'm just trying to work on a means of fixing that. But that is the game. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go and check this thing out and jump in on the Kickstarter if you would like to. I think it's a really, really fun game, and with the full quality that's going to come out the other end, you know, once the dice are proper printed dice and all that kind of thing, this is going to be a fantastic game. And I think, especially with these privileges and things like, I would love to have been able to play something where I could show off that card where only the person playing is allowed to speak. It's a bit defeated in a solitaire game. And it actually is in the rules that when you're playing solo, you ignore problem cards that refer to other players. The one, obviously, where the problem, or the ideas, rather, where it's, you know, you can use an unused player's board or something like that, that's fine, because they're all unused except for the one I'm using. Multiplayer, obviously, everything is pretty much the same. You just go around taking turns, the big exception being the production meeting, which I explained when it happened in the game. And it's a fully cooperative dice-based worker placement. And that is pretty much what this game does. The estimated time is 30 to 90 minutes, which I feel like is pretty accurate. Obviously, I took a longer time today, both because of teaching and also because of... you know, talking everything through with you guys. Oh, the one other thing, I can't remember I don't know if this has been unlocked or not, but this is the most fantastic thing. Yes, it has been unlocked, I believe, because they have, maybe not with, let me just see what the US conversion is. Not quite. They are $10,000 US short of the box for this. Oh, I can show you the box art. The box is currently full of stuff. This is the box art. One of the things I really like, and I really hope this happens, if they get to $100,000 US pledged, the box will actually be a functional clapperboard. Like that top part of the clapperboard will actually clap, which... It's so tiny, but of all the things they could add to this game for a kind of ridiculous Kickstarter upgrade, I think that's awesome. Anyway, there we have it. I hope that you enjoyed this. Just a couple of quick bits for those who are still around. If you are here for the first time on Twitch, please do follow me. I would really appreciate it. You know, this is something I'm building. As we talked about earlier, I'll be getting my affiliate status at the end of this, and it's a community that I want to keep on building, and I want to keep on spreading solitaire board games, but also solitaire RPGs, which is something I've also dug into. That's something I'm really enjoying, and I'd love to have more people in my community. You can also head over to YouTube, and I'll put the link in chat because I don't have enough subscribers to get a custom URL yet. But YouTube is where I post all of the videos I have done on Twitch. You know, they stay on Twitch for 2 weeks. I post them up to... I post them onto my YouTube page as well. So they will go up there, and that allows you to see all the other games that I've done. That is, I think, pretty much it. Just making sure I haven't missed... Oh, yes, Discord as well. Do follow, check the Discord. I won't post it in chat again because it's not correct, but check my screen, in the top left-hand corner of my screen. That is the Discord link for this. And, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, please subscribe, click the follow button so that you can see my videos when they come up. Also, head over to twitch.tv/OnceUponADie and follow me over there. I would really appreciate it. In fact, subscribe to me over there if you would like to. Hopefully, I will have that button up by the time this video goes online, if not very shortly afterwards. And lastly, in that top left-hand corner of the screen, there is my link tree as well, and that has links to all of my socials and things like that. So would love to see you in any part of my community. Thank you very much to all of you who watched today, including those who came on the raid from Scott. Really, really glad to see you guys. Really appreciate it. In the meantime, I'm going to head off. I'll be back early, or well, sometime next week. I'll be doing a stream of Witches of the Revolution from Atlas Games. That will be coming up next, and then something solo RPG related, I think. But I will follow me on social media, and I will post as soon as I have times sorted out for them. In the meantime, thank you all. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all on the next stream. Keep rolling those dice until the game is done. Bye for now.